All right. And tell us a little bit about the religious environment of Chile, like the history, because it used to be part of the Kingdom of Spain, and then it gained independence. And, tell us a little bit about the history in the past, and then what is the spiritual climate today.
Okay. So we were conquered by Spain, so by default we were Roman Catholics. Mm-hmm. So the Roman Catholic Church was very important in the country. The laws of the country in the beginning were made by them, but the first people who, like the founding fathers of Chile, they were educated in England, Ireland, so they were Protestant, or they have some
Protestant influences.
Yeah, influences in them. So when the Republic begins, there were some laws who were not so much Roman Catholic. Mm-hmm. We had in the future we had some missionaries going from United States to Chile, and they were very influential in the society. As we had the past, Protestant people cannot marry, mm-hmm, because marriage was just made by the Roman Catholic Church, mm-hmm, and we didn't have cemeteries for Protestants, mm-hmm, and even the Protestant churches are down the level of the land.
Yes, so the Protestant churches, the first floor is below ground, so that the building is sunk. It looks like it's sunk into the ground.
Yeah, because they can't be in the same level that the Roman Catholic Church. But Chile, with the years, has been being a secularist country. Now we don't have religious people. The young people is not religious at all. Mm-hmm. So the number of believers is going down, and people just don't believe. Mm-hmm. We don't have a Roman Catholic influence big now. It's more secular.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And going back a little bit to history, how many Presbyterian churches are there today?
Oh,
denominations.
I think there are six Presbyterian denominations.
Yeah.
The first one is the Presbyterian Church of Chile. It's a mainline church. At the same time that here in United States appears the Orthodox Presbyterian Church. In Chile, in the 40s, there was a split in the National Church, and was formed the National Presbyterian Church, that was a former church. And there have been some splits in the denominations in Chile, all of them beginning 150 years ago when the first missionaries go to Chile.
Are there other religions in Chile besides Christianity?
Not so much. There is the Aborigines religions, but are not common at all. Now we have like the New Age and things like that, but we have not Muslims. There are some Jewish synagogues, but very small, not just Christianity.
Mm-hmm. Chile, tell us a little bit more about the country. Like, it's a long country, right? And to tell us about the geography, tell us about how is it divided by states? Is it divided by departments? How is it governed? Tell us a little bit about the environment.
we are a republic. We are divided in 16 regiones. It's like a state, but without a strong government. So we have one government, centralist. So we are a very long country going from north to south. So we have different climates, from desert in the north to forest in the south, and even the Antarctic area. We have some part of Chile there. So different climates, different temperatures, different dialects or accents.
Yeah, great. We know that in the United States, you guys had a tough time in your history recently. In the last 50 years, there was a different type of government that was backed by the United States. Or tell me something about Pinochet's government and how did that affect the country?
Okay, so in the late 16th and beginning of the 17th, we had Marxist movement that ended in President Salvador Allende, who was in the Socialist Party. He began a lot of socialist politics in Chile, and that ended in a stroke. We had a dictator for 17 years, Pinochet, and he left the government in 1990. So we have been in a democracy for the last 43 years. 33 years. We have been governed by socialist presidents with some exception.
When you've been coming to the United States now frequently, because you're now a member of President Alleghany's, if someone has never been to Chile, how different would it be for someone who lives in the United States, who travels to Chile for the first time? Would it be like very different? Would it be kind of similar? You've been to different parts of the United States as well. So if someone goes to Chile for the first time, how foreign would it be to them?
Well, the language is different, even different from other countries in Latin America. We speak the worst Spanish. The climate could be different according to where do you live in the United States. But I think globalization is so common. You will find a developed country in Chile with a lot of poverty. But you can say more about the difference because you have been there in Chile.
Yeah, Chile. To me, Chile was developed country. I didn't really feel that it was strange to me because it's like, depending on it, like if you were to describe the United States, what's a typical city in the United States, and you chose Chicago, well, someone from New York may say, yeah, there's some similarities, but someone in Mobile, Alabama will say, yeah, that's not how we look at our cities. And then there's a difference between Los Angeles and, let's say, Atlanta or Portland, Oregon, and comparing it with maybe Baltimore, Maryland. And so I would say that Chile, then you will see some differences like that. But the roads are developed, the buildings are developed, there's, transportation, and it depends on where you go in Chile, very different. Valparaiso, very different from Santiago. Valparaiso is called the San Francisco of South America because of the bay, the hills, the rolling hills, the houses on the hills, very much like San Francisco, where I was born and raised. So I did see the similarities. Santiago is a sprawling city. It's huge and sprawling. And there's people that I met that are from Santiago that have never been to other parts of Santiago. Yeah, because it's so big, right? So I found that interesting. So Chile is very, very diverse depending on where you go, as to its topography, as to its cities. I was told that every single climate that can exist all exists in the nation of Chile, right? So that's interesting. Now, you mentioned that Aboriginals or the native people, where are they found in Chile? The Native Americans.
But now they are very mixtured with the people. So, like every Chilean has some part of his ADN, that DNA, who is from our Aborigines. But we have some, but we don't have like. Do you have here like reservation? We don't have reservations. But we have more families of Aborigines in the south of Chile, in Concepción, Temuco, the Mapuches. And in the north, we have another Aborigines. But they are, it's like they live like the Chileans, not so much difference now.